not work is fun. Bernie D. Lynette. Okay, hi folks. Once again, we are saying hola, hello, and once again. Hola, ¿cómo está? Está Bobbie con Brecks por su vida está y muchas gracias para ver mi programa en inglés, Bobbie Brecks for Life, o en español, Bobbie Brecks por su vida y Master Gardener, Master Gardener, ordinaire, Bernie. It's not work, it's fun. Bernie D. Lynette. Okay, hi folks. Once again, we are saying hola, hello, and once again, thank you so much for letting us come into your homes. Spring is trying to be upon us at any rate. We've had quite a few days where it's gotten up into the close to the 50s or 50s, early 50s, and even towards upwards towards the 60s, etc. However, it hasn't really made it all the way up to past like maybe mid 50s. And every bit of snow, just almost, not exactly every bit of snow has melted. However, lots of snow has melted. And then in the forecast they will say snow. And yeah, we've been getting some snow back again. So now it goes back and forth between spring and winter. And we hear the birds sing and everything. And now we're back into the winter mode a little bit today. And also it's St. Patrick's Day, so I want to say hola and happy St. Patrick's Day to all the folks, especially the Irish folks. Everybody everywhere, however. You know what they say, you better wear green on St. Patty's Day or you'll get pinched. So I got my green here, got lots of green here, and green on my eyes. So anyway, oh, and I actually even have some in my ring. One of my rings, which you can't really see, but that's okay. So, saying hello again. Hola, Roberto, Betty, Alejandro, Julian, y familia, gracias. Okay, so, few things we always love to give on our shows, I should say. Credit where credit is due, okay? So we're going to start off, folks, with some of the sponsors that we have. And first one that comes to mind is U.S. Banks. Thank you so much to the folks in U.S. Banks. They're the ones that we deal with directly. They have a lot of U.S. banks located in different spots. However, the ones over in Rib Mountain saying thank you so much, particularly to those folks. And really good folks and really a good start for us with them. Thank you. Wausau Spray and Alignment, County Market, Obrant's Family Foundation, Wausau Computer, Wausau Area Metro Ride. Actually, there was at one time 25 buses. I'm not quite sure if there's still 25, but we have a laminated poster, 11 by 17, on quite a few of them at any rate. And they probably need an upgrade, so we'll probably be doing that possibly this spring, summer. So thanks again to Wausau Area Metro Ride, Vicor Security, Audio and Visual, Periwinkles, beautiful little coffee shop down in Schofield. Okay, sorry about that. Beautiful little coffee shop. State Assemblyman Pat Snyder, Veterans Administration, that would be the Great Lakes Veteran Administration, and the regarding them, the folks at Quick Trips that have been always providing the gas gift cards that we've been giving away to the veterans for about 5 years now, and had a tremendous push for them last spring and summer, even a little bit into the fall. The veterans gas gift cards I'm talking about. So not only the VA saying thank you to Great Lakes Veterans Administration, however the folks at the local veterans clinic, who are the ones that was our connection, Master Gardener and myself. We would take them to the local veterans clinic and give them to the staff there. Wonderful, wonderful people on the staff. Thank you so much, folks. And they're the ones who would distribute the gas cards to us. And it came down we have letter of commendation from the VA in the past, and their actual mandate to us was that gas cards were distributed anonymously. So that's just fine. So we would give them to the staff, they would pick the people, and we didn't know who they were, unless they would come up and say hello. And a few did. That was over many, many, many hundreds of meet and greets that we did. Some of them we met. And thanks so much for saying thanks. We appreciate it. We just do it from our heart. At any rate, so to the local gas clinic and staff, they distribute them not only the gas gift cards, but also with the food coupon cards that go along with the gas cards. And from the beginning, basically, the folks who stepped up from the food, fast food chains would, first one would be McDonald's, second Hardee's, and now Buffalo Wild Wings. Thank you so much, folks, for your participation and your helping us. We so appreciate it, and I know that the folks appreciate it as well, the veterans. So all of them, and then also Wausau City Hall, the staff there, just tremendous folks. We give them the tapes when we're done doing our programs. We give them our tapes, and they give them to the technicians down in City Hall who run our shows, particularly starting on the weekends on Saturday mornings at 9:30, and that's the channels of 980 Public Access Channel. And then they start at 9:30 and they go throughout the weekend. Okay, I don't know. You can actually check that channel, 980, to find out exactly what the roster says when exactly our shows are located. And that would be not only myself, Bobbie, but For Life, however, also Master Gardener's show, also Dr. Philip T. Watchwell. And we're going to be starting up again, Let's Talk Wausau of America. We had to change the name to Of America. And that will be restarting, folks, hopefully in the spring. Okay, we're going to get upon that as well. So Wausau City Hall, and then of course City Council members. Thanks so much to everybody, including of course the mayor, not only Mayor Tipple in the past, of course, that granted us the half of public access that we've been graced enough to receive from them at that time. And not only the mayor, however, every single City Council member then, as well as now, and Mayor Melky. Thank you so much, folks. And then again, the Wausau Area Access Channel. We would not be here without you all. So we so appreciate it. And thanks again. And once again, thanks to the mayor's office, Kathy, as well, the secretary, as well as the mayor. So appreciate you. Anyway, so folks, that's just a little bit of the kudos that we like to give out. There will be more coming up, and we'll keep you posted on that. And so also, thinking about things to talk about today, came to mind several things that have been actually just a push that we have had to, that we were faced with, okay, regarding a person that we know needing, regarding health problems, that they needed physical therapy as follow-up, okay, and have been doing that. And so during this physical therapy, those sessions, they also were given some things that you could do at home. Well, it doesn't need to take a health crisis, actually, for these things to come about. The exercises, the therapy, quote unquote, that we should do, actually, hopefully, among our daily routine, okay? There's also, we are, of course, in the winter months, trying to get out of them, going into the spring, as I've said just a little while ago to start the show. And there's a disorder, they actually call it a disorder. I don't know whether you really would call it that or not. I suppose it depends on the individual, how much it would affect different individuals. There is, however, a thing called seasonal affective, and they call it disorder. So it's SAD. And the healthcare professionals do look at this as a disorder. Okay, so again, these are their words, not my own, and I don't have it. We do know several people that do have it. However, you know, everyone's different. So individually, how they deal with it just makes a difference. I'm sure a lot of them do use medication. You know, if you're under a doctor's regime, fine, go for it. You know, we're not about telling anybody, oh, don't do that. No, no, no. We combine everything. We try to take a typically really realistic, regular approach to health things. Because sometimes you do need a doctor, of course. Doctors are, that's what they're there for, health, okay? To help our health, all right? And they're wonderful, they're tremendous. Of course, we grew up with doctors as well as chiropractors, and then got into many more health holistic things throughout our lives in our family. And then as we got our own families, etc., through life, then we just apply them to them as well. And that's what we talk about, folks, here. Everything we talk about is not only something that we have heard about, learned about, done research or not, said this many times, done the research or not, tried it or not, and then repeated it to you folks, and the choice is always yours. So merely suggestions here. That disclaimer comes usually first, or one of the first things that we try to say in our programs. Anyway, okay, so getting back to seasonal affective disorder, there's natural ways you can deal with that. Not only, of course, going down to the doctor, yes, of course, but natural holistic health ways of doing things at home, as well as taking them into, any, like lots of places. Okay, so the women with children as mothers, there's, gosh, you can even hold your baby and hold a big old gallon of milk, big gallon of water, something that weighs a lot, a can from the store. If you shop at a, I can't think of the word, the big one, the like wholesale, and like maybe, for instance, they're not one of our sponsors, but we do deal with Sam's Club. Okay, however, they sell things wholesale. Okay, big jugs sometimes, and if you can pick a big jug of whatever, a can of whatever it is, vegetables, you name it. Okay, and going around the house, you can make your own routine to alleviate some of that stress from that affective SAD, that seasonal affective disorder. It's the winter months. It's the blues of the winter that we're talking about, folks. The feelings that some folks get. Some folks, sleep a lot because of it. But then they wake up, they're depressed. Some folks may get a little tipsy because of that. And a little drink down there is okay. It's just like the Bible says, that's how we choose to do it, in moderation. That's all. Okay. So and then also diet. You can do it through your diet. You can, get yourself things that have lots and lots of protein in them. And not too much sugar and salt and things like that falsify the normal, or maybe we should say the organic taste of the food. But because you can always add salt or add garlic powder or whatever it might, olive oil or whatever it might be to enhance the flavor of your food, but you don't want to do it, so that it takes away from the naturalness of what it does to your body, to our bodies. Okay, so there's the diet that we're talking about. You can do that naturally, and it will help with the SAD, the seasonal affective disorder, as well as the exercise. And the exercise, you can make your own routine at home, and that's part of the things that they do say at the when we've taken this, a person to the physical therapy for a health problem in the past, and it's a follow-up, as I said earlier in the program. They do say continue these particular exercises at home, and you can make your own kick routine up. You can make your own, picking things up, as I said, pick the babies up, as I said. You can buy little weights at the house. That you can bring back to your house and use them as well, like 3.5 pounds, maybe 5 pounds. Some folks have their own gym with their own, weightlifting, equipment, etc. It just depends on you and what you have to be able to obtain these things, to do these things at your house. That's all. And actually, one of the best excuse me, I'm slipping the tongue there, bench presses that you can have. Every kitchen has a counter, okay? And it depends on how high the counter is. And some counters in other rooms, in another room of the house, might not be the same height as the other counters, and you get more effect from that. You can even put your hands up against the refrigerator and press, okay? And they work. They talk about abs, yeah, they work. And also, I must add, however, with everything else that I personally talk about on my show, usually, it's consistency. You got to keep doing these things consistently, okay? That's the main thing. And also, you just have to be consistent and just do it, and don't give up. Just keep that frame of mind. Well, there's one thing that I learned years ago. Didn't take you overnight to get the way you are. right? Whatever it might be, whatever it might be. It didn't happen overnight. Usually, some things do, but usually the ones that you want to get rid of didn't happen overnight. So it's probably not going to be undone overnight. There are more effective ways to do it faster. Yes. Well, if that's the case, research it. There's all kinds of infomercials. Excuse me. Information commercials. Okay, all the time in between on the commercials in between our programs. They talk about these things. My gosh, there's dancing you can do at home. There's walking if you don't have a big area of your living room or your kitchen or whatever. Carry your kids around your house from room to room, okay? There's that. There's doing the kicks. You can have your exercise garb, right there at your house. You got your own shower in your bathroom. The whole bit, folks, the whole bit, okay? There's just so many things that can help with not only the SAD, which some folks have, not everybody does by a long shot, and also it's not the end of the world. And also if you can and you don't like the winter months and you can move to a warmer climate, you could move. Maybe not, but that's completely up to you, of course. Never telling anybody, just suggesting one more time. Okay, so and another stress booster is not only walking, running in place, if you have your own exercise equipment, the treadmills, etc. There's so many things that they advertise on TV right now. There's a sit and cycle. You could sit if you're a little bit older. You don't want to put the pressure on your legs, etc. There's sit and cycle. You just sit and you just cycle. Watch TV. There's a tracker. You can track how many miles or minutes you do, or just do it yourself. There's always something that a person can do, but it starts with a decision. Hey, you know what? I'm going to leave the old behind and go forge ahead with the new. Okay, and you can do it at home too, and you'll see pant sizes drop, dress sizes drop. Waist, everything. But again, folks, it's doing it consistently. That's really the main thing, okay? Another really good stress soother, I might say, is actually, and I don't do it myself, but I believe I do a little bit of not only yoga, but also Pilates at home, okay? There's both of those. And there's all kinds of stretches way up to the ceiling that we can do, and all kinds of kicks and leg lifts, and up on your back and your legs, and do the bicycle at home. I mean, there's just so many. I'm not saying I don't have the routine and I don't have it down pat, no, but I do it consistently, and it's over time. It takes time. That's all. And if you've got 5 minutes, well, I don't have time. Well, a lot of folks don't, okay? But it's a decision first, and then we start, and then we go from there, okay? So that's another thing that you could do, as well as, of course, it's so good for our heart, folks. With your feet together, you can even start your own cardio repetition, for our hearts. Hey, we got to have that, okay? So, and you start with your feet together, and then step your right foot or your left foot into a lunge, and go like that. Your arm up at the same time. There's just all over. They're all over TV. Some don't cost anything. They show you. There's programs on TV. There's programs on the radio. My goodness, at the Y. A lot of things that we can do at home, folks. So don't think just because it's been winter and there have been a lot of winter blues, and believe me, there are several people I know that really do have this, and one's been diagnosed, and one actually hasn't, but they have the other one that hasn't been diagnosed with SAD. They get all the symptoms. So, not playing a doctor, just taking a look and going, okay, all right. And then also like we so often, at least myself, talk about here on my program, take a chill. Give yourself a little time to rest. If you've only, as I said a little bit ago, if you've only got 5 minutes, if you've got 2 minutes, take those 2 minutes. Put your feet up. take some deep breaths. You know, take a soothing tea. Make a soothing tea for yourself. Coffee, yes, people say, well, that makes me jumpy. Well, then take tea. Take, you know, herbal tea or something. But sit down and calm yourself down. And say a prayer, meditate, you know, listen to wonderful music, you know, anything. But give yourself that time, okay? Give yourself the time of 2 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe 10. Or start from, you know, whenever. Start from what you've got. You know, if you've got 2, okay, well, I'd like to take 10 minutes, but I only have 2. Start with 2. Do it with 2. Do 2, work at a 5, work at a 10, whatever it is you might have. You'll really, really see the difference, folks. And it starts with the mental, you know, it is mental, okay? And it starts with your decision, your choice. And you can do it. You can do it. And with the Lord's help, you can do anything, okay? And that's strictly that's how we live our lives. So anyway, thought I'd add that in. Also wanted to say a wonderful thanks to, of course, our Fraser Family Foundation. And we are working on that constantly and have a wonderful, wonderful folks who have been helping us with this, particularly the Obrantz Foundation, in so much help in so many different ways. We can never say thanks enough to them. So here's our flyer about Master Gardener and myself. Here's both of our pictures. That's who we are. And we're going strong, folks. And everything is up and coming. We got a lot planned, a lot going on constantly, okay? And we're so thankful for what we have. So we can't say thanks to you enough, our listeners, but also thank you for helping us entertain, educate, and serve Central Wisconsin, particularly for everybody that we have helped over the years, and there's been a lot of different folks. However, particularly, of course, the big push that we've had in the past and will continue to do it is the veterans. And also wanted to say hello again to Charles and Lois, the veterans, lovely veterans that we met last summer in McDowell. And of course, this is our, we have had to add to our name of Fraser Family Foundation, Fraser Foundation, Fraser Family Foundation of America. And that's it. Also, you can write us or give us a call on our phone line, which is 715-551-5194. Any suggestions? Somebody wants to do a show. Well, give us a call and see, okay, how that goes. See what we can talk with you about. And our P.O. Box to give us any kind of donation for veterans, etc., especially, would be P.O. Box 2125, Wausau, Wisconsin 54402. Okay, again, that's P.O. Box 2125, Wausau, Wisconsin 54402. And again, that's 715-551-5194. And got a few other little tips, folks, that I'll have to get with you on next time, okay? But also don't forget putting a roll of toilet paper and put it on the roll and spray your own perfume in there, your favorite perfume, so that you can just have the lovely scent that you like anytime you like. That's another little tip. So thank you so much. And we are going to say sayonara, adios, for this particular day, and have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day, and have a wonderful weekend, okay? And want to say goodbye. Adios. We'll see you next time. Hasta la semana posible, maybe next week. Adios, Alberto, Alejandro, Julian, familia, y gracias para todos. And remember, freedom, folks, is not free.